Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we're going to revise genetics questions. And the first question reads, define the following terms used in genetics. As we know that genetics, that is just the study of genes, inheritance and variations in living organisms. So the first terminology is that we have been given, that is a recessive allele. So what you should understand is that a recessive allele, that is just a gene that does not express itself in form in the presence of another gene. What does it mean? So let me first write and then I'll explain. So one. So a recessive gene, that is just the what? The gene that does not express itself in the presence of other gene. Example, we can take for instance the tallness of a tree. So you find to say, e.g., capital letter T over small letter t. So you find to say that this small letter is recessive over this capital letter T. Or recessive gene, they can also represent it to be like TT, small tt. So from there we can also proceed to the second question, where they are saying we define the what? Phenotype. What is phenotype? Phenotype, that is just the what? The physical expression of an organism, the outward expression of an organism. What you are able to say to an organism, that is what we call the what? The phenotype. So number 2. So the physical expression of an organism. So the physical expression of an organism, that is what we call the what? The phenotype. E.g., can talk about the color, appearance of an organism in form of color. So what you are able to see to an organism is what we call the what? The phenotype. And then we proceed to question B, where they are saying Jane as blood group or Aunt as a child of blood group what? B. She accuses John of the blood group AB to be the what? The father of her child. With the help of the genetical diagram, determine the possible offspring to conclude whether or not John could be the what? The father. So I'm going to love this part so that we can answer this question. So one thing that you should know about the blood groups is that blood group A, B. Blood group A and B, these are dominant. What does it mean? Meaning, they suppress blood group O. That simply means that whenever you are writing the genetical composition of an organism of any blood group. So you say blood group A is dominant over what? Blood group O. Don't forget to put this my capital letter I. So from there, now they are saying in the question that Jane has blood group O. So meaning Jane, she was just having the genotype of O. Just like that. And then let's talk about John, where they are saying John of blood group AB. Meaning John, the genotype of John, he has the blood group of what? AB. Like this. So these two are the genotypes that we are going to use to draw our what? Possible genetical diagram. So I'll say Johnny, Jenny. Whenever you're writing the genetical diagram, it is very important to show what you are crossing. So Jane was crossed over what? Jane. So first thing, that is the parental phenotype. What is parental phenotype? That is just the physical appearance of an organism. So I'll say parental phenotype. So this John has blood group what? Blood group AB. That is what the question is saying. And then blood group AB was crossed over the phenotype of Jane, that was in blood group what? Blood group O. So now from here you have stated the phenotype of those two parents. Second thing is to write the what? The parental genotype. What is parental genotype? That is just the what? The genetical makeup of an organism. So I'll say parental genotype. So that is IA, be like that, or like that. So from there, what is going to take place is the meiosis, where these two gametes are going to be split into two. So this one is going to be split. So this process that has taken place there is what we call meiosis. And then these are what we call gametes. So what is going to happen now is the random fertilization, where each gamete is going to collide with another gamete. So this gamete there is going to collide with that one. Meaning, always start with the gene or blood group that is dominant. In this case, blood group A is dominant over O. So you see A, O, like that. So the process is what we call random fertilization. So blood group A dominant over O. From there, we go there, collide with that one. So this is blood group B is what? Dominant over O. So that is B, or like that, B. So in my first video, I said the offspring that are produced after crossing the parental genotype is what we call the what? The first video offspring. So I'll say first filial, offspring, genotype. These are genotype. So first filial, offspring, phenotype, the physical appearance of an organism. So that one is in blood group. A, their blood group A, their blood group B, their blood group B. Now the question they are saying, this chain accused John and the child at the blood group what? B. Now, after we have done our genetical data, we have seen that in the offspring that they produced, they had two offspring that are what? Blood group B. This simply means that Johnny was the father of the what? Of the child. So you are going to conclude to say that therefore Johnny is the father of the child. So that is how it's supposed to be answered. So for more information, for more clarification, you can contact me on this WhatsApp line. Another thing is that if you have found this video interesting, don't forget to hit on the subscription button, also to comment, also to like, so that whenever I post the new videos, you are able to do what? To see the notification. Thank you so much.